Yo, Nakama, how is it going? It is your boy Cozy coming at you with another OP16 deck tech video. This time we're playing the one, the only Black Yamato from OP16. And, I had to show off the gold Dawn that we have on the merch store right now, including the custom art leader card we have on the store. If you want to pick up either one of these, you're more than welcome to do so at the link down in the description. So, basically, what makes Yamato so good is you get to attack 6 times or more during the end game and really just push for a lethal turn and just doing a whole bunch of fancy combos and stuff like that. How we do that is based off of Yamato's leader effect, which is that when a Land of Wano type character is played from our trash, they gain Rush. So basically, this is a Reanimator deck. And for all my Magic players out there, Reanimator pretty strong in that game. So it's going to be equally as competitive in this game with One Piece. So how we're going to look at it is we're going to look at the 2Ks that we run, the characters that we run, and then any events and stages that we run at the end of the deck tech. And then I'll go over some of the combo lines just so that way you can get a basic understanding of how the deck is supposed to work. And then we'll kind of wrap everything up and we'll call her a done deck tech video. So let's go ahead and hop into our 2K list. All right, welcome back to the video. Like I promised, we're starting off with our 2K list. First thing we're going to do is start off with Otama from OP16, a 2-cost, 0-power 2K counter, which has activate main. You may trash this character. If you have a character with a cost of 8 or more, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power during this turn. So essentially, I'm running 4 of these Otama, not only for the 2K, but to try and see it so I can use the activate main to kind of do a little bit more better on board control, especially going in the mirror. I can get rid of the 8-cost Yamato that does not recur anything, but also really putting pressure on like additional blockers or bigger bodies that I need to push and get rid of in Sengoku, in Teach, in Green Blue Luffy, things like that. Just that way we can maintain board pressure, board presence, and tempo. Next up, running 4 copies of Shinobu from OP16. Shinobu is a 2-cost, 1,000 power, 2,000 counter character with the on-play effect of you may trash this character. If your leader is the Land of Wano type, you draw one, and then up to one of your Kozuki Momonoskes gain plus 20 cost for the turn. So the reason why we have that specific wording of plus 20 cost is because we are running 4 copies of Baby Kozuki Momonoske from OP16. Essentially with this particular character, it is a 5-cost, 0-power, 2,000 power from OP16 with the activate main of you may trash this character with a cost of 20 or more. If you have 9 or more Dawn cards on your field, play up to 1 Kozuki Momonoske with a cost of 9 from your trash. So when we get later into the deck tech, I'll show the combo line for this, but essentially you can play Momo into Shinobu, pop the Shinobu and pop the Momo to draw 1 card, and play a 9-drop Momonoske from the deck, and play out another Yamato is the basic line of it, but we're going to go over a combo list here at the end. And then my last 2K, I run 2 copies of the 8-drop Sanji, just the vanilla, 9,000 power, 2,000 counter from OP16. Really just because it's a searchable 2K as well. It's also good for Nico Robin when we use her effect, things like that. So this is ideally also just a flex slot if you wanted to really do anything different. The 2 Otamas also are a flex spot, so you have a couple of like things that you could tech in and do some wiggle room for. But for right now, I'm satisfied with the 14 2K list. Going into our 1-drops, I run 4 copies of the Nami from OP16. 1-drop, 2,000 power, 1,000 counter. With on play, if your leader has the Land of Wano type, look at the top 4 cards of the deck, reveal a Land of Wano type other than Nami, grab it to your hand, and then trash the rest. So this is how we start the trash buildup. Think of it kind of like the Sharia from Emu. We're going to look at the top 4, grab 1, pitch 3. So we're already starting at 3 cards in the trash, which fills us up for potential Yamato plays, for the events that we run, a little bit of everything when it comes to that. So Nami is a very good card to see on your initial starting hand. Next up, we run 4 copies of Nico Robin from OP16, 1 drop, 2000 power, 1k counter, with the on-play of you may trash 1 character with a cost of 8 or more from your hand to draw 2. So like this is why the Sanji is also really good, because we can toss it for the Nico Robin effect to draw 2 more cards. Also a really great way to get rid of some of the bricks in hand to draw 2 additional cards is like a hand filter, but also setting up our trash a little bit early so we can have the flexibility to make those specific plays. Next up, I run 4 copies of Kinemon from OP16. 4 cost, 6000 power, brick in hand. This character gains +3 cost as a static effect. On play, if your leader is the land of Wano type, we get to look at the top 5 cards from our deck. Grab one land of Wano type card, and then place it into our hand, then trash the rest. So think of it like a bigger Nami. It's 3 additional cost, but you get 4 additional K in power, so you have a potential swinger. You look at 2 additional cards deeper in the deck than you do with, or 1 additional card deeper than with Nami, and adding additional card in trash from the effect. So again, building up that trash, building up resources in the trash, just so that way you can see it, and you have a potential attacker on the next turn to put additional pressure on the board or their life. I like to personally run 2 copies of Rebecca from OP05 in this list. It is a 4 cost, 0 power, 1k counter. That is a blocker, with the on-play effect of add to 1 black character with a cost of 3 to 7, other than Rebecca, into our hand from trash. Then we can play a character with a cost of 3 or less from our hand, rested. So ideally what you'd want to do in terms of like a potential combo line, we'll go deeper into it. You would like grab Momonoske, play Shinobu, pop Momonoske to get a Momonoske to play a Yamato. It's very long and very, very complicated to explain here, but we're going to do a visual representation of it going into kind of like the combo line list. Now we're into the bread and butter of the list. The thing that lives and dies is this 6-drop Yamato. It is a 6 cost, 5000 power, 1k counter from OP16. On play, we draw 1 trash 1, and then activate main. We can trash this character, and then play up to 1 black Yamato with a cost of 8 from our trash. So this is kind of like the startup to really climbing in terms of Reanimator, to board pressure, to life pressure, because what it does, it's going to play one of 2 options right now. First one is, for me, I'm running 4 copies of the Yamato from OP16. That is an 8 cost, 8000 power, 1k counter that is unblockable. Now, the reason why I'm running 4 of these is 1, I want to see it in trash, but 2, its on KO effect allows us to play a Yamato with a cost of 6 or less from our trash. So if they ever get rid of this Yamato, we're playing this one. Next turn, we're swinging with it, sacking it to bring this back, and just keep repeating the loop and just repeating a cycle. The other Yamato option we have is the other 8-drop Yamato from the set, 8 cost, 8000 power, no counter, but on play we get to add 1 Lana Wano type card with a cost of 6 or less from our trash to our hand, and then we get to play up to 1 of our character cards with a cost of 2 or less from our hand. So let's say we have the baby Momo out, we do the Yamato, get this, grab, let's say a Shinobu, play the Shinobu, to pop the Shinobu, to get the Momo, to play the Momo, to then play the Yamato, and just, it's a very long loop in that regard, but I enjoy it. I think it's fun. Lastly, for characters, we run 4 copies of that 9-drop Momonoske I was mentioning earlier. It is a 9 cost, 6000 power, 1k counter blocker with the on-play effect of play up to 1 Land Wano type character card with a cost of 6 or less other than Kozuki Momonoske from your trash. So he is also a reanimator for the Yamato, who's a reanimator for the 8-drop Yamatos, but because we're playing it from trash, this Yamato gains rush. We sack this to put one of these 2 into play from trash, they gain rush. If we play it off the Momonoske combo, he gains rush. So ideally we can go go here, play this, swing 5, swing 6, sack this, swing 8. So just off of this minor combo, we're swinging 1, 2, 3 times before leader. For events, I run 2 copies of Ground Death in this one. This is what I was kind of referring to in terms of the flex slot. If you can get rid of 2 Otamas, or you could even get rid of the 2 Sanjis, I would not recommend the Sanjis because you want to see the 8 cost for the Nico Robin. But if you get rid of 2 Otamas, you can add 2 more ground deaths here, which is a 1-cost dual event from OP14. Its main is you can rest 2 Dawn cards, negate the effect of up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less during this turn. It's also a 1-cost counter event. If you have 10 or more cards in your trash, up to one of your leader or character cards gain plus 4,000 power during the battle. It is really good to play hyper defensive. I have used it in my playtesting offensively, I think maybe once. And that was to negate a blocker effect, just so that way I could swing over it and then swing with my 8 drops and try to seal the game that way. Additionally, removing like things like on Teach's board, if they have an on KO character and they have not used their leader effect, you would just go ahead and negate the on KO effect of that particular character, and then they have to divert their attack somewhere else or find a way to counter out of it. And then the last event we run is 4 copies of I've Come to Cut Those Chains. It is a 1-cost dual type event from OP16. It has an activate main of you may rest 6 of your Dawn cards, trash the top 5 cards of the deck, and then play up to 1 Land of Wano type character with a cost of 6 or less from trash. Its 1-cost counter side of it is that our leader gains plus 3,000 power during the turn. So essentially you have 2 ways to get your Yamatos online. It's through the Momonosuke Shinobu combo when you're at 9 or more Dawn. If you're at 7, between 7 and 8 Dawn, you would play the Cut Those Chains event to do the same thing that these 2 are doing. So ideally you would cut those chains to play Yamato, to swing, to sacrifice, to play Yamato, to attack. So that's kind of the loop that you would want to run, is reanimating this Yamato as much as possible. So let me go ahead and clean this up a little bit, and I'll catch you guys in our playline video. Okay, so here we are at our first combo kind of playline that we can do on the deck. We're at 7 Dawn, we have 2 characters on board, and then of course in our trash we just have a couple filler cards and stuff like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, makes sense to me. So essentially what we're going to do is on 7 Dawn, this is what I like to do. I would like to start 5k to leader, just to do the normal swing. I'm going to rest all 7 to play that I've Come to Cut Those Chains event, starting with the top 5 mil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to grab our Yamato from trash. This resolves. Yamato's on play is we're going to draw 1, and we're going to trash 1, which will be this brick in hand for the Kinamo, because now we've added a counter to the hand. Because we played this from trash, we're going to go ahead and attack 5 to leader using Yamato's, or we're going to hold the Yamato for right now. We'll go 6 to leader using Yamato's effect. We can go one of 2 ways. I think in this particular case, you have either option here. You can play either Yamato. I like this one in this particular situation because it allows us to then add up to 1 Land of Wano type. So I'm going to add just a Momonosuke, just a 2k counter to have in hand. Choose not to play anything else off of it. I mean, we could. Like, you could technically play the Otama to then pop the Otama to give something -2 cost, or 2,000, and then swing 8 into it because we played this from trash. So that's kind of the general play line that you'd want to do on the counter event, which is the I've Come to Cut Those Chains. That is the general play line that you would want to do. If you didn't do this one and you played the unblockable, you could also just swing 8 to face unblockable. So there's a little bit of flexibility. It depends on what's on your opponent's board and who you're playing against. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the other combination when it comes using Momonosuke. All right, welcome to the other combo line that I was talking about earlier. This is the Momonosuke line. So essentially what we're going to do is we're on 9 Dawn. And so ideally we would want to bait out some of the attackers. So I would like to start, because we're going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Dawn for the combo, so that does leave us 2 Dawn to kind of play with and things like that. So like you could bait out a swing here and go like 6 to lead, force a 2k. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4 for 5 Dawn. You're gonna play Baby Momo. For 2 additional Dawn, you're gonna play Shinobu. Shinobu effect. Trash this character. Land a Wano type, draw 1 card. Oh, look at that, we got a 2K. And then this Momo gets plus 20 cost. We're gonna go ahead and use the Momoske effect to get rid of it. To play out our 9-drop we have in trash. The 9-drop is gonna activate to grab us a 6 cost or less, which is gonna be Yamato. We then climb with a 6K to leader, depending on what you want to do. And in this situation, we're going to swing 6 to leader. We're going to swing 6 to leader. We're going to swing 6 to leader. So right now we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks. We're going to pop the Yamato, which we're dumb. We forgot to draw 1, trash 1 from the Yamato on play effect. Don't do what I do. And then we're going to play out, because we have Otama, Kinemon, Rebecca. We will grab our 8-drop that's going to grab us a Shinobu from hand, because this sets us up for the next turn as well. Because next turn, like ideally, you'd play Rebecca to grab Momonosuke. Yeah, no, this is still fine. We'll play the Rebecca, grab the Momo, and then choose not to play anything off of it, stuff like that, whatever. And then we'll swing 8 with Yamato. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings in 1 turn for 8 Dawn. And then we have these 2 additional swings for like the small bodies and stuff, if they have any, just to kind of clean the board up for them. Especially in the green-blue Luffy matchup, you'd want to do that just to clear them out. But essentially, this has been the 2 basic combo lines of the deck. I can't wait to show you guys more content on Yamato. But if you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments below what would be your tech options for Yamato, or what success have you seen with Yamato. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next upload. Peace and love, y'all.
Thanks for riding with the vibe. Cozy games every time. Pulling leaders, making plays on the line. Sailing through the grand line, strategy refined. Catch your next match, stay